What's up, children of the Rainbow Corn? It's your girl, Christina Storm, the hostess that does the mostest. Have you ever wanted to be a part of Loose Rap, talk some shit, read some people, and get deep into a situation that's going on in the world or in the entertainment industry? Have you ever wanted to share your life lessons and how you overcame them on Reflection with Christina Storm? Yes, me, Christina Storm. Well, if you would like to, you can DM us at Loose Rap Show on Instagram and Facebook, or at Loose Rap on TikTok, or you can email us at looserapllc@gmail or at iCloud.com. I can't wait to hear from you all, and let's get into it, baby. What's up, children of the Rainbow Corn? It's your girl, Christina Storm, the hostess that does the mostest. Unfortunately, Loose Rap will not be airing on Anchor app or YouTube. If you want to get your fix of Loose Rap or just see me doing my thing, you can go to YouTube and Anchor app. Anchor app is Loose Rap with Christina Storm. YouTube is Loose Rap Show. And you can check out from season 1 to current. You also can check me out in our newest series, Reflection with Christina Storm, where I show you all the lessons that I've gone through and how I got through them. I thank you for following us, and I thank you for understanding, and Loose Rap will be coming back soon. What's up, children of the Rainbow Corn? It's your girl, Christina Storm, the hostess that does the mostest. This is our episode 8 of Reflections, and it's amazing to me that we actually are at episode 8 with so much stuff going on right now. I'm very surprised that we are even at episode 8, and that I actually have found lessons and topics, because it's crazy to me. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about it, like all of the lessons and topics that I've talked about. At first, like, they were the first ever episode that I did. It was just me coming off the top of my head. It came after that episode, and I believe the second episode, it was like a light bulb always came on every week in my head that was like, okay, this is a lesson that you learned, or something showed me within that week about, the lesson that I had learned, or a lesson that I was currently learning at that point in time. So, as you see, I don't have my wig on, I don't have straight hair, I don't have my loose waves. I actually did this on purpose. I did it because I wanted to really show you all that I live what I say. You know what I'm saying? I live what I go by. Like the 7th episode that was prior to this one, it was all about living your authentic truth. A lot of people don't see my natural hair because I don't show it. Like, and then 9 times out of 10, you would never see my hair like this. So this is rare that you would see my hair in its full natural state without a perm. So I decided to do this because it's a representation of last week's episode. Not only that, but do y'all notice I don't have no eyeliner on? I don't have no lip gloss on. And those are my signature things. Like, I don't do a lot of makeup, but I love eyeliner and I love lip gloss. And I love making sure my hair is slick and sliding and everything else. So, but yeah, I do, as you know, like under the wig, if you wear wigs, you have to keep a natural hairstyle, keep a protective hairstyle. So that's what I've been doing under there, because my hair was short at one point. I had a mohawk at one point, so my hair ain't long like the wigs, people. But I go into episode 8 on a topic where it's something that I actually deal with on a daily basis. So I'm always learning about this particular lesson. I'm always learning what more about me and dealing with this particular lesson. And that lesson for Reflection Season 1, Episode 8 is see your money. And I'm strong with this one, I still learn literally, I'm gonna say at least once a week, I learn something about this that I did not know. So, seeing your money is this topic because it wasn't much on the topic, and this lesson came to me from a lady when I was in my 20s, just on the bus, where she was like, she heard me talking and was like, where do you see your money? And I guess she must have heard the conversation because it was about spending this and spending that or whatever. But I had to come up with a definition and what it meant to me. So this isn't something that you're going to find on the internet. This particular lesson isn't going to be something that you hear about a lot. But it is something that when you think about it, it pertains to everybody who's trying to better themselves and do better for themselves and their family. So seeing your money means seeing the fruits of your labor. Being after doing hard work for it, because you can't get a coin or see the fruits of your labor without actually putting some hard work in it. And I ain't talking about like just physically doing some work. I ain't talking about mentally doing. I'm talking about all of that comes together. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you work and you already know. Especially if you work with people, you already know. All of that ties in together. But seeing your money is basically seeing the fruits of your labor after working really hard to get that coin. But also you're seeing the fruits of your labor. But this is while doing things with your money that benefit you and also benefit the future that you see yourself having. So if you see yourself, let's say this, if you see yourself being a singer, I know a lot of people out here that want to sing, that want to rap, that want to be producers or whatever, but you don't know your first step. No, a lot of times nobody really know their first step to their dream. But what you can do is your first step is to go buy you a book on how to read music. Because one of the hardest things as a musician is to learn how to read music. And I ain't talking about reading the words. I'm literally talking about breaking down a musical score and taking note by note and understanding what those notes that the piano players play. That is one of the hardest things, and any producer will tell you, and I'm telling you this from experience because I was in choir and I was singing a majority of my life and took a music theory multiple times in different times in my life. Reading music is one of the hardest things that you would ever do. As a musician, as a producer, as an instrument player, is one of the hardest things that you ever do. So if you go out and spend your money on music, learning how to read music, that's a step, that's you seeing your money because you're making a step towards what your goal is in the future. You going out spending money on a vocal coach is you seeing your money because you may can hold a tone, you may be able to sing, but can you sing? And the only way for you to sing is if you get the proper training. You know what I'm saying? Because your emotions can carry you but so far. You know what I'm saying? Because emotions is where you get to into your inner spirit and you sing. But to have the technical background and your emotions tied into one, you's a powerful motherfucker. So that's what I mean by seeing your money. I did that because a lot of people relate to music and entertainment. But for me, I would say that it didn't hit me real hard until the day that I was on that Metro bus with an old roommate of mine. And the lady just said, she basically was in a conversation without actually talking. She was like, see your money. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, what this lady talking about? So she said it again. And she was like, when I say see your money, you say you want to go out and spend this money. You want to become a business owner. You want to have your own business. You want to do this, that, and the third. But what have you done with your money, outside of going getting you fancy clothes and all of those things. Sorry, I had to look at my Insta and make sure it wasn't burning my desk. But outside of getting your fancy clothes, you know, she said, you talked about getting a black and mild, because I was talking about getting a black and mild on the bus. She was like, getting your black and miles and drinking all this other stuff and partying. So what have you done besides all of that, having fun, to see your money and see where you want to go in your future? Because you're talking a big game, but have you made any steps towards your future when it comes down to your money and the way that you think and the way that you move in this world to where you're going to see your money? And it didn't hit right there. I thought she was just a crazy old lady. I just said, yeah. But it wasn't until I sat down and really thought about it, and after her last thing was write down what you do with your money. It could be either weekly basis or monthly basis. So I did. And a lot of the things that I was doing with my money outside of paying my rent and my cell phone, it was wasteful, and I had lost a lot of money off of it. So the only benefit that I received from it, from seeing my money, was me always having a roof over my head, and me my cell phone being paid all the time. So it was, other than that, like, I was just working to have a roof over my head and cell phone on. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't working towards one day not having to work at all, or not having to worry about anything, you know what I'm saying, or not having to struggle paying rent or my cell phone every month, you know what I'm saying? And that's what the lady was saying. Like, if you say you want to do something, or for instance, prime example, I've had many of men come into my life and say that they want to build, they want to grow, they want to marry me and everything else. Your emotions may show it. The way you do some of your moves may show it. I ain't gonna say all of them, because none of them really have yet to show me any big dramatic moves to where they really want to settle down with me. As far as you talking to me and saying it, you could say it, but can you actually do it? And honestly, everybody knows that when it comes down to getting married and everything, when you get married to somebody, your credit is involved in that. If their credit is terrible, your credit becomes terrible. Even if you're at 800, your credit goes down because you married this person. When you marry somebody, you also take on their family. That's another part. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to seeing your money, you want to make sure the person that you with just ain't just coasting about in life, like allowing things just to happen, or just living at the bare minimum. Especially if you're anybody like me that wants to have businesses, that want to help others with your businesses. You can't have somebody that's just sitting there and not doing anything. When I say not doing anything, they're just sitting there. Honestly, I hate to say it like this, but they're sitting here taking government help and not doing anything with the free government help that they have. And when I say government help, I mean government income, where they literally don't have no bills to worry about. They ain't got to get up and go to a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? They just sitting there collecting money and spending money and having a good old time while you sitting there at work and struggling and trying to achieve your dream. That's not somebody you want to be with. Just like you don't want to be with somebody that complains about going to a 9 to 5. When, especially during these times, during the pandemic, where it's hard to get a 9 to 5 now, let alone a part-time. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want, that's a part of seeing your money too, because you'll be the one sitting there paying everything, even if everything's in your name. But that's not, you don't want a spouse where everything's in your name and they just not contributing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if y'all at the point where you living together and you already talked about bigger things in the future. The moment they open their mouth about doing bigger things, everything needs to show that they mean that they want to do bigger things. When I say I want to get married, or I want to be with somebody for the rest of my life, the moves that I make no longer apply to just me. When I sit there and go to work and come home tired and do 60-something hours a week, or how many other hours I work, You know what I'm saying? I don't do that just for me anymore. When I sit there and pay the bills, I don't do that just for me no more. When I say I'm going to do something, I need to do it. It may not, I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody, when you say you're going to do something, it don't necessarily always happen when you say you're going to do it. But if you say you're going to do something, do it. It can be, you say that it's something, it can be something small and you say you're going to do it, but you don't do it, but you come back a couple of days later, then you do it. That's what I'm talking about. Your word is your bond. When you say you're going to do something, do it. When you say that goes for in a relationship, that goes in your personal life, that goes in your love life, that goes in your work life. Your word is everything. When you sign a contract, you're giving your word that you're going to follow that contract. When you sign an application for a job, you say you're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So your word is your word. And that's where, when I'm going to go back to what I was originally talking about. When it comes down to seeing your money, you can wind up in a relationship with somebody that you give everything to, but you done lost, you were on the road of seeing your money because you was doing things to make sure that you got to school, that you had the books for school, that you finished school, that you even bought, you was able to put up, you was trying to put up money for a car to get yourself to school. That is what I mean, seeing your money. But this person came along that sucked all that shit out, because even though you care about them, you put so much money and care into them where you no longer see your money. You done put so much into this person where it done drained you dry to where now that money that you did put in at first, that shit don't mean anything because you fell in school. You about to get put out of school. You lost your car because you ain't focused on keeping the money flowing and keeping things going to where you see your money, and the moves that you made allowed you to get where you wanted to be. I'm going to tell you the story about where I learned about seeing your money. I was on the Metro bus and I was with an old roommate. And the lady just heard the conversation. I was like, yo, I want to hear it, but I don't want to, because you want to respect your elders. But you know, a lot of times when elders talk to you out the blue, it is some real shit. And it wasn't until I realized that, later on, that I wasn't. So now I do, and then like recently I definitely see it, like I'm seeing my money more now, even though it's a struggle now because of the pandemic and the fact that I'm not working, you know what I'm saying? But I still see my money because instead of me worrying about everybody else, regardless if it's family, boyfriend or not, at the end of the day, all my bills are in my name. So the only way for me to do what I want to do and do the things that I want to do, like this show, I can't do a show without the internet. I can't do the show without a computer. I can't do the show without a roof over my head. So when I get my money, my bills get paid first. I may not get nothing new. And when I say nothing new, you see my hair. Like I need to get my hair done, but I'm going to cornrow this bitch back and put on one of my good old gilders and keep moving. But that's what I mean by that. Like, you have to sacrifice to see your money. I ain't saying to sacrifice and work 100 hours a week and then all you doing is paying your bills. No, but when I say sacrifice to see your money, if you know you want this new, for the men, because it's women out there, but for the men, this is specifically for you. Everybody know the new Xbox and the PlayStation 5 coming out. But half of you motherfuckers that's actually about to get it, let's be honest, you ain't worked for it. And the money that you getting from it, you ain't see it when they gave you the unemployment with the extra money, and you ain't see your money, you ain't gonna see your money now. If you're one of the people that want a PlayStation 5 or a new Xbox, and you're one of the people that say, well, I'm trying to go back to school, or I'm trying to start a business, fuck that Xbox and that PlayStation 5, because it's easy as day to start a business. Now, what the problem is what you're going to put into that business. because you can get a free EIN number. You can start up. You can go and spend $150, maybe the max $200 to start an LLC or enterprise or whatever else the hell you want to do. But are you going to see your money where you're going to take that $200 that you could have put towards that PlayStation 5 or Xbox or that new video game that you wanted and put it on you literally getting documentation proving that you started this business, that you started this. And that's when you sit there and sacrifice that little thing that you can probably get 10 or 20 of them after you start your business and is successful and put the work in to be successful. You know what I'm saying? You could do it. So I'm gonna move on to the steps. I honestly didn't even think hard about these steps because I was just going off the top of my head, because this is something that I literally it just came to me out the blue. Like when I say it was cosmic intervention for that lady to be on the bus, it really was. Like it was cosmic intervention where her ass literally was just on the bus at the right time. So that's how I'm doing these steps. The steps to seeing your money, I'm going to say step 1. If you're currently working or getting some kind of income, this is the first step for you. And then I'm gonna go to the step for people that's not working. When it comes down to people that already have some kind of income coming in, it don't matter if you hustle on the street, it doesn't matter if you're getting unemployment, it doesn't matter if you're social, it don't matter what type of income you're getting. If you're trying to have a future bigger than what you're doing, say for instance you're somebody that live in the hood and you're getting a social security check, or you getting the government is paying for everything, but you do get some kind of cash every once in a while or every once a month or whatever. Step 1 is to write down all your bills, and regardless if you paying them or not, calculate all your bills. Take the amount of money that you get on all the bills that you physically have to pay. That has nothing to do with you getting assistance to pay it, and you don't have to come out of pocket for it, outside of signing a piece of paper. Take all those bills, subtract those bills from the amount of money that you get. Only if you're left over with some money. I don't care if it's just $20. Take, and you ain't got to worry about food. Excuse me. Take 10 of that. Put it to the side. Now, for the people that don't have money and trying to get money, your first thing is that you don't have no money to see. So your first thing is to get something or get some type of income for you to see. So I suggest you to write down what you want. And if you're trying to just get a job real quick and jump out there and just start working, during these times, I say go for part-time work, because most people are hiring for part-time work more than they hiring for full-time. But try to do as many applications a day as you possibly can, because everybody knows the mail service is messed up, which means that background checks are slow. So do as many applications as you can. And when you do wind up getting some money or somebody give you a little cash, you know what I'm saying? Take that money, put it to the side if it's not enough, so that you can start buying things that make you look professional when you go on interviews. That's you seeing your money. For those that don't really get that much money or don't have any money, when you do get $20 or whatever, go take yourself, spend 10 of that and go get you a nice little shirt. Or shit, go to the thrift store, because the thrift store, if you don't know, now you know, the thrift store, if you take your time and look through the shit, you can find some really good stuff. So take your ass to the thrift store and spend $10 and get you something nice to wear. And I ain't talking about no baggy jeans or a graphic t-shirt or just a polo shirt would do. But it's how your swag is wearing a polo shirt. And I will say this, I do understand everybody does not know how to dress for an interview or how to dress where you can wear jeans to an interview, but your shoes better be on point and your shirt better be on point, and from your neck on up better be on point. You better have everything groomed. If you're a man, shave down or shave it off. Have your hair neat and everything. Wash your face, brush your teeth, clean your ass. Go in there with a plain shirt, even if it's just a plain white t-shirt. Tuck it into your shirt, into your pants. Don't wear it out of your arm pants. I know a lot of motherfuckers don't like to do it, but that's what you do. For females, that don't mean to go in there in no damn tights or leggings. And if you do, find you a nice dress to wear with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially during this time it's cold. But that's step one. Step two is to identify your future goals and what you want in your future. That means that goes down into a relationship, that goes down into your financial future, that goes down into your education, that goes down into everything. Because your money will be affected by, and the way you see your money will be affected by your relationship, your relationship with family and friends. The way you see your money can be affected by education, because if you're trying to get higher education, you have to, let's be honest, you have to have money. And you may get a scholarship, you may get grants, but 9 times out of 10 you get a scholarship or you get a student loan and you have to pay back. So you have to think about how you're going to pay, putting money up to pay that back. You know what I'm saying? If you get a student loan. But also, just because you got school paid for 4 years and you ain't got to come out of pocket for that, how you getting back and forth to school? How you going to pay for the books? You know what I'm saying? How you going to pay for tutoring if you need tutoring? That's you seeing your money, because if you can pay for your books, you can pay for your transportation, get back for the work, you can pay for your tutoring, and you graduate, you graduated. So you seen the money that you put into getting yourself back and forth to work. You seen the money from you buying them books, them high ass $300 to sometimes $1,000 per book from them schools. You want to know how I know? Because I did it. You spending money on a tutor, because tutors don't come cheap unless they your friend, and those bitches don't come cheap either. But you see your money from all those things because you graduated, you did it. You know what I'm saying? So then the third step will be to actually enjoy it, because it is only 3 steps for me, for real. Once you see your money and you done did things and you achieved the things that you want, it's okay along the way to get a little this, a little that. It does not mean for you to go overboard and forget that you have a set, you're on a track where every move that you make gets you closer and closer to seeing money in a different light. And when I say in a different light, where you see money not only as a means of survival, but you see money as a means of taking care of others and entertaining yourself and having a good time. Because you can't honestly have a good time without putting in the work to get to a point where you see your money like that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to see your money in that lower step where you getting yourself to a point where you see your money in all the aspects, you know. So the quotes, I'm gonna move on to the quotes to remember. Our quotes to remember, our first one is, don't tell me where your properties are. Show me where you spent your money and I'll tell you what they are. I'm going to say that again. Don't tell me where your properties are. Show me where you spent your money and I will tell you what they are. This quote comes from James W. Freak. And you think about what this motherfucker said. You can tell somebody all day where your money going or what you doing. But a real motherfucker gonna see what you doing and where you going. Because you can tell somebody that, you know what I'm saying, you did this, you did that. But it'll show if you got some help. Or you just ain't do it at all and it was just given to you. You know what I'm saying? It shows in your actions. It shows in the way that you deal with it. It shows in the way that you care for it. If something was given to you or you literally worked hard for that motherfucker. Because I worked hard and stressed over getting this new car I got. So I ain't just letting anything and everybody in my motherfucking car. I'm not going to let anything and everything happen in my car. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that means when that quote saying, don't tell me what your property is, bitch. Don't tell me what you bought. Show me where your money went. Show me. Don't tell me that you went to school for this or you paid money for an instructor to teach you this. And then when I ask you for it, you can't produce the goods. You know what I'm saying? That's what that means. That's what James was saying. Motherfucker, don't sit there and say that you, just like the niggas on the street, y'all gonna relate to this. Anybody from the hood, you gonna relate. Nigga, don't tell me you from the streets and then some shit pop off and your ass bitching up in the corner. Don't tell me that you smoke weed and then you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't roll up. I don't care if you don't roll up good. Cause motherfuckers like me, I don't roll up good. The shit be loose. But I still smoke it because it's mine. If I was smoking like I used to. But at least I can roll up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You had them motherfuckers be like, oh yeah, I've been smoking for this X, Y, Z or whatever. And bitch, I need proof. I ain't talking about from people because people go lie all day. I need to see. Nigga, go get me some weed. You in these streets that hard, go get me some weed and roll this shit up. Let me see how you grind this shit up and roll it up. If you're OG, you don't need no grinder. If you're OG, you grind that shit so good with your motherfucking fingers and cut it so damn good to the right proportions where, depending on what type of bag you got, you probably, what is it, like, you probably get like a good amount of blunts off that shit. I know motherfuckers that get dub and Lord today, I don't know how they do it because to me I don't think they getting high off the shit. But you get about 5 fucking blunts off of it. And I think it's because they using little ass white boys. But that's what he mean. Don't show me the good. Don't speak on the goods, but show me the goods. That's basically what it is. When it pertains to seeing your money, bitch, you can say you got money all damn day. You can say that you did this with your money, but if you say that you went to go to the grocery store for Thanksgiving and get a turkey or a turkey meal, and your ass come back with a motherfucking turkey wings and two large sides and a biscuit, bitch, you ain't do what the fuck you supposed to do. I need to see you ain't see your damn money, bitch, because the money that you spent on that, you could have got a whole fucking Thanksgiving. You spent $100-something on that shit. You could have got a whole Thanksgiving meal and you could have cooked it your motherfucking self, bitch. The fruits of your labor. So that was quote number 1. Don't tell me where your properties are. Show me where you spend your money, and I'll tell you what they are. Quote 2. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it back in your pocket. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it in your pocket. This quote comes from Will Rogers. And I believe this because the only way for you, the way this pertains to seeing your money is that your money can't do shit. Your money, the only way for you to actually double up on it is to put it somewhere where it's beneficial for your money and beneficial for you. If, like I said, you go out and get, for the girls, I'm gonna revert back. I was gonna revert back to the PlayStation Xbox thing, but I'm gonna switch it over to the females now. Females, if you go out and spend $75 to $100 on some nails and then $500 on a damn lace front, that bitch that you gonna fuck up, the lace gonna come loose the first night because you probably fucking it. You know what I'm saying? You wasted your money, bitch. But I could spend $500 and got some cheap ass synthetic lace fronts that I already know that, god damn it, I'm about to do some shit in. And I can shit the way some of these damn real hair, these natural hair lace fronts look, and these damn Brazilian and gazillions and Amazonians and all that shit hair look, lace fronts look on some of these girls, y'all done wasted y'all motherfucking money. When it comes down to get rid of that shit. I say fuck that shit. I ain't saying fuck the wigs or fuck the lace front, but I mean like don't put so much time in. You put time in your fingernails. If that's your business, then I understand it. Then you're flipping your money because your business is beauty. Your business is beauty and cosmetic and enhancing your beauty, your physical self, which I understand. But if it's not, bitch, buy you some plain press on nails and get some paint and the little tiny ass brushes from Wish. See your money like that, because you'll save a lot of money not going to the nail salon, especially because a lot of people now learning how to do acrylic nails or doing gel nails. So I mean, that's them saving their money, because not only are they doing it for themselves and they're not losing a lot of money, 9 times out of 10 they making money all for doing it. For the men, I'm gonna go back to the men. When it says fold your money and put it in your pocket, fuck that damn PlayStation 5 and that damn Xbox, the new Xbox, because for a while they don't even have a new game that's coming out with the PlayStation 5. Have y'all noticed that? They bring the PlayStation 5 out, but they ain't bringing any new games out with it. Like how you bring a system out, but literally the same time, because them games come out at least with 3 or 4 new games before the damn system even hit the ground. They haven't done that. Xbox only did it because Xbox been waiting a minute to bring something out, and they always working on some of their computer company. So of course they gonna be working on games all the time. They got computer games they work on all the time. But think about that shit. You about to buy a system. You buying a PlayStation 5 where, although they say quote unquote that it's supposed to be cross-platform and it's supposed to be you could bring all the old games from the old PlayStation systems over. Trust me, you're wasting your money that first couple of months of the system being out there, because history has shown that anytime any company in this world brings out technology that goes with the iPhones, that go with the game consoles, that go with any type of app that we use, is always glitching or always some kind of problems or some kind of loopholes for you to get shit and for the shit to break down that first 4 to 6 months. So you won't be seeing your money. You won't be folding it over and putting it in your pocket. You folding it over and putting it in your pocket would be to wait those 6 months, but then put your money into, say, for the men, say y'all some hustlers, and I know a lot of them, and I ain't just talking about drug dealing hustlers, I'm talking about some hustlers. Say you're a hustler. Say that your brand or your business, or you trying to re-up on your weed, but you trying to re-up enough to where not only do you re-up for this time, but you re-up for next time. So when that money come in, you got double money of what you got. That's you saying your fucking money. You having a job, say you work a full-time job, but all you doing is smoking it up and spending it on stupid shit. You ain't seeing your money, but you put in, knowing that, let's say this, knowing that your rent is paid, and say you pay like $200 for rent and you getting $100 a week. If you know you get $100 a week, why don't you put $75, maybe $50 every week up? So by the end of the month, you got your $200. If you know your cell phone bill is due and you get paid money, you get paid nice little coin. And it may be not be nice to you, but trust me, it is nice to somebody. And you know your cell phone bill ain't until 30 days from now, but you know that you literally can pay your cell phone bill after one check. If one check, because I hope your cell phone bill ain't one check. If it is, you got a high ass cell phone bill. But you can take the money you get from one check and literally take 50 to, I'm gonna say the max that I've seen the cell phone bill is $100. Take $100 out that check and still have fun and and make sure you take money out that lasts you, or at least lasts you up to the next pay period, to get yourself back and forth to work and still have fun. That's what you do, because then you ain't gotta worry about spacing money out for your cell phone bill every time you get a check, if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly. You done already paid the motherfucker off, so that money that you was going to split into 4 different checks or 2 different checks, you got free money to play with. That's common sense. That ain't just math. That's common sense. When I get my damn money every week, I look at the first bill that I can think about paying before I do anything else, or at least a bill that I can put some money on. So that when the next go round come, I ain't got to put that much on it, or I know that bill is already paid for and I can move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? That's me seeing my money, because now my bill's paid. So when I get that extra check or extra coin, I ain't got to do nothing but put it more into either Loose Rock, Reflections, or me. Because eventually my brand is going to be, one of my brands is going to be beauty. So I have to look the part. I ain't saying, well, I'm gonna go spend $15,000, $2,000, $3,000 every fucking month and look like a glamazon. No, but I am gonna do some things to myself on a physical level, or learn some things like makeup. I want to learn a little bit more about makeup, because my next business will be in the cosmetic field. You know, hopefully I get the coin. Me seeing my money, I will eventually get the coin to be a part of the cosmetic field, regardless how big or how small I decide to do it. But definitely remember these quotes, especially during these times. These times are so hard for a lot of people, including myself. I may make it look easy. I may make it look like I got it all, and I don't. I don't believe I believe no one would ever truly have it all. I really do. The millionaires, the billionaires, and the zillionaires, trillionaires don't have it all. Trust me, if they did, they wouldn't live that much longer. Let's be honest, they wouldn't live that much longer, because they would have pure happiness. No one wants to live and you have pure happiness. You want to die with pure happiness. You know what I'm saying? When you leave this earth, that's how you want to die. You want to die knowing that you did everything that you did, that you could possibly do. So that was my show for tonight. I appreciate you all. This show did run a little deeper, because I had to go more in depth, because honestly, this was some shit that was cosmically sent to me. Like, when I say cosmically sent to me, this was just a random conversation I was having with an old roommate, where a lady was just listening, and she just came into the conversation just so smooth, and it didn't interrupt the conversation, nothing. It made the conversation more interesting. And she said, see your money. And I hope that you see yours. I hope this helps you all, because every day I think about that. Where do I see my money? It don't matter. Honestly, I don't even care if I take all my money today and just let my bank account not receive any money and that shit go on a negative. As long as I know my money is going to where it needs to go, where in the near future I'm going to not only get rid of that negative balance on my bank account, but also I'm going to be able to see my money in my business. I'm going to see my money in my life. I'm going to see my money in my relationship. I'm going to see my money in these shows. I'm going to see my money come around full circle. Then I did what I needed to do. So thank you, children of the Rainbow Corn, for watching. I thank you all for tuning in every week. I thank you all for just going back and looking at the shows, because honestly, without you all looking at the shows and showing me that you're looking at the shows, I wouldn't know. So please, before you leave, before the show ends, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and hit the like button and comment. And if I see your comment, I definitely will try my hardest to respond to it. If you would like to be a part of Loose Rap or Reflection, you can go to looserapllc@gmail.com or looserapshow@icloud.com. You also can hit me up in the DMs on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or you